Did you know that a lack of financial education is costing Americans thousands of dollars each year? And the costs are showing up in more debt with higher interest rates and loans with less favorable terms. And it's also showing up in missed opportunities where we're not investing early and often to build wealth. But here's the thing, that's not how the wealthiest 1% approach money. They know how money works. They know how to make the system work for them. And they actively teach future generations these same principles so that they're building a financial legacy of knowledge and skills. So I think it's time for a change. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through 5 simple steps that you can use to start managing your money like the 1%, regardless of where you're starting from. So stay tuned. Hello, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Patricia Stallworth. I'm the author of Minding Your Money. I'm also the owner of a financial planning and education firm where we specialize in working with mid-career professionals and business owners to help them build wealth and achieve financial confidence. And this channel is designed to show you how money works so you can make informed decisions and live your best life. So starting today, let's flip the script. Let's take charge of our money and build the life that we deserve, plus give the next generation something to build on. So here are 5 steps to start managing your money like the 1%. Step number 1, track your income and expenses. This step is critical because you can't improve what you don't measure. Tracking your money gives you a sense of clarity about what's going on so that you can even uncover areas that you may not have seen before to actually save more money. I've seen this step alone, transform people's lives, especially those who are living paycheck to paycheck. When you know what's coming in and what's going out and where it's going, you can really determine whether or not your spending is in line with your goals and values. And you can use any number of tools to really track this. So it could be it could be an app, it could be software, it could be a spreadsheet, it could even be an old school check register. It doesn't matter which tool you use as long as you do it. And that's the key. Just do it. Here's a powerful way to see this step in action. For the next 60 days, track every penny that comes in, every penny that goes out, and then at the end, take a look at where you've spent your money. If it's going in the places that you want it to go, great. However, if it's not, this is your opportunity to make some changes and you have a basis for making those changes. And regardless of the outcome, though, this is one exercise that'll be so eye-opening that it may even change the way you use and view money from now on. Step number 2, build an emergency fund. An emergency fund is not just something that's good to have. It's a necessity. So I recently read an article where it said that a large percentage of the population is not able to even cover a $400 emergency expense without going into debt. And that's the beauty of having an emergency fund. It's something to cover it's a cash cushion to cover those expenses when life happens. And life could be anywhere from having car trouble to having medical expenses to maybe the loss of a job to maybe even being able to leave a relationship that's not going well. So consider an emergency fund as a necessity. And if you don't have one, start building one right away. So how much should you think about having inside of your emergency fund? Well, that's going to vary from person to person, depending upon your specific situation. But you can start the whole process by number 1, adding up all of your essential expenses. Essential expenses are those things like housing and food and transportation, and you may have something else that's just essential for you to have. And so make sure that you include that as well. Then after you have that amount, set a goal to save 1, 3, 6 months, or even more if you're in an unstable situation. Some of the business owners I work with have a year's worth of emergency fund because they're so dependent upon their business income. The key here is really just to take a look at your specific situation and choose an amount that you feel comfortable with that will cover most emergencies that come up. Step number 3, pay off high-interest credit card debt. While it's true that the 1% may use debt strategically, trust me, they don't use high interest credit cards. So if you find yourself in a situation where you have a lot of credit card debt, take steps to really pay it off as quickly as possible. Just in case you don't think that having a little debt is much of a deal, let's run through a quick exercise. So let's say that you have $5,000 credit card balance and your interest rate is 21%. And you are paying the minimum payment, which is $200 a month. At that rate, it will take you 12 years, more than 12 years, to pay that off. And that assumes that during that 12-year period, you're not charging anything else. And when you take a look at the interest you would have paid over that time frame, you will have paid almost $4,000 in interest. So all those things that you purchased on sale have now cost you double what they would have cost if you had just paid for it in the beginning. So having high interest debt is a lose-lose proposition for you. You lose number one because you have less money to invest, and you lose number two because the idea that you're not going to charge anything over that 12-year period is like zero to none. So it means that you may never get out of debt, especially if you just pay the minimum payments. If you need a plan to get out of debt, here are two that I recommend. Number one is the avalanche method. And with the avalanche method, what you do is you list all of your debts according to the interest rate from high to low. And any money that you have extra each month, you put that on the one with the highest interest rate. The idea here is that over time, by using this method, you will pay less in interest. The second method is the snowball method. And with this method, you list your debts from the lowest balance to the highest balance. And then you start paying off the one with the lowest balance first, and then continue on until you've paid them all off. The advantage sort of this method is that you get a quick win because you're paying off something with a low balance, and then you are and the idea is that it makes you more motivated to keep going. Both methods work. It's just a matter of which one resonates more with you or appeals to your personality. Here, like with all the other steps, the key is to just do it and to stick with it and to not stop in the middle, to keep going. Let me know in the comments below which one resonates most with you. Step number 4, invest in tax advantage accounts to build wealth while saving on taxes. If there's one thing that the 1% love, it's saving on taxes, and you can do that too with tax advantaged accounts like 401ks and IRAs and HSAs, where your money grows tax deferred. And if you are a business owner, you have some similar things to save for retirement, such as a SEP IRA or a solo 401k. When your money grows tax deferred, it means that you don't pay taxes on the growth until you take the money out. And then depending upon the account that you have, you may never have to pay taxes. So that's why the 1% love it, and you should too. So take advantage of tax advantaged accounts. And if you have an employer that gives you a match, contribute to get the match. It's free money. And we love that, like the 1%. Step number 5, invest in yourself. Investing in yourself is just as important as investing in any financial strategy. So here are 3 ways that you can actually invest in yourself. Number 1, increase your earnings potential. If you have cut back as much as possible and you're still not able to have the money available to invest in your goals to achieve them, then you may need to think about a different strategy of adding more money. And this could be in the form of maybe upgrading your skills, changing your field, even adding a side hustle. Having additional income coming in or an additional income stream means that you can achieve your goals faster. It also gives you more flexibility and more financial stability to have that additional income as you're going through. So, number 1, increase your earning potential. Number 2 is to take care of your health. Prioritize your well-being, so that you can be your best self. Remember, you can't pour anything from an empty cup. And you can't help others if you're not healthy as well. Finally, number 3, educate yourself about money. I started this video talking about, how a lack of financial education is costing us so much. So here's your opportunity to also up-level your financial education so that you have the ability to make more informed decisions going forward. And when you think about it, these 3 are designed to help you live a healthy, a wealthy, and a wise life. So those are the 5 steps. Let's go through and do a quick recap so that you can get started immediately managing your money like the 1%. Step number 1, track your income and expenses. Learn where your money is going so that you can make changes and track your progress. Step number 2, build an emergency fund. Create your own safety net so that you can take care of emergencies as they arise and have peace of mind. Step number 3, pay off high interest credit card debt. Free up your money by eliminating it as quickly as possible. Step number 4, take advantage of tax-advantaged accounts. Build wealth efficiently by taking advantage of tax benefits. Number 5, invest in yourself. Develop your skills, take care of your health, and expand your knowledge base to build a solid foundation. In other words, build a healthy, wealthy, and wise life. And there you have it. 5 steps to start managing your money like the 1%. Here's my big takeaway from today's video. Regardless of where you're starting from, you don't have to stay there. Learn from the 1%. Follow these 5 steps and take control of your money so that you can build a life that you truly deserve. If you found this video helpful, like it, subscribe to the channel, and share it with others. And I'll see you in the next video.